Guys, we're going to be looking into the future of Treyarch Zombies and what is really going to be happening. So, obviously, if you guys don't know the news, Jason Blundell, obviously the developer for all of Black Ops 3 Zombies, a part of Black Ops 2 Zombies, and he did some other stuff. He's been at Treyarch forever. You know, he's been doing stuff behind the scenes. He's done stuff with Jimmy Zielinski. He's done, obviously, a ton of his own zombie maps as well. But he now has basically left his role as like the lead developer and overseer of the Zombies team, and he is now basically the main studio head alongside a bunch of other main guys of all of Treyarch. So Jason Blundell, he is not just Zombies anymore, he is basically everything. So you have to think, this is a post Jason Blundell Zombies game we're basically going to see in 2018 in 2 years, and this can mean a lot of different stuff. Now, people are saying as well, Jason Blundell, he's not leaving Treyarch, obviously. He's just, a main guy now. He just oversees the whole game. But that's the problem. He's not going to be specifically spending his time on these zombie maps. He is now worried about the whole game, making sure the whole game is polished and good for the release in 2018. He's going to be worrying about campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, and a lot more than just the game modes, the actual game itself, dealing with Activision. Like, he has a lot more responsibilities. Now, obviously, good for him. That's probably a lot better of a job position, probably a lot more money. It's probably a really high up job position to be a head of Treyarch like that, a studio head, or at least, studio head of Treyarch. That's a really, really insane job to have. So, obviously, props to Jason Blundell to getting to that position. But now we have to talk about zombies, and within this video, I know it's a bit premature, but you have to think within this in light of the news that we just had, it's like, what are we gonna see now? It's sort of like this uncertainty, and then there's also just like, okay, maybe we can actually get some old stuff back that we actually didn't like in Black Ops 3 that Jason Blundell brought, and I really want to go through a lot of this stuff that we could be seeing within this post-Jason Blundell era. I don't know, the whole circumstance regarding that, whether we can see anyone coming back, and what are we going to see with this storyline. So we're going to go through a lot of different stuff within this video. I want to touch upon the storyline as well, how they can bring the storyline into Black Ops 4, or, for the sake of this video, I'm going to say it's Black Ops 4. Obviously, I have no clue if it's Black Ops 4, but for the sake of this video, don't comment below like it's not Black Ops 4. Let's just think it's Black Ops 4, man. I don't know, whatever. But Jason Blundell, he's no longer there. We have to think, what did Jason Blundell do to change the storyline? So, obviously, we had this storyline going into, Black Ops 3 Zombies. Jason Blundell sort of already set it up from Origins. So, Origins, we had these original characters come back, and then he was basically planning for them to come through, starting with the Giant, moving through to end off with Revelations. He knew that the whole entire time, so that was that already. He already changed the whole direction of the storyline. These characters are now basically done, these old characters, and you see within the storyline of Black Ops 3, these old original characters, these World at War Black Ops 1 characters that we've known forever are basically being killed off, or at least, captured. Their souls are being captured, and all this insane stuff. So we understand what was going on there, and you had this whole element of the Shadow Man, the Cthulhu universe, and the Apothicon and Keeper battles, and just all of this stuff being implemented into Zombies, which create for a whole new lore and a whole new spin and a whole new thing to worry about. Usually it was just worrying about Richtofen's grand scheme, like on Moon. That's usually all and zombies. We worried about dying from the zombies and Richtofen's crazy stuff, but now, within this game, we're worrying about the Shadow Man, the Apothicons. We're, skeptical of Dr. Monty. Like, there's just so much insane stuff within this game. So, again, a lot of insane stuff. But you have to think, Black Ops 4 Zombies, what are they going to do to continue this? Now that Jason Blundell is no longer here, who's going to fill his spot? Who's going to fill his role? And who's going to continue the storyline? Let's just say, like I said in the other video, if it's Jimmy Zielinski, does Jimmy Zielinski, here's the big question, obviously a bunch of really big questions that determines the Black Ops 4 or, next Treyarch Zombies game storyline, whatever it's going to be. Does Jimmy Zielinski veer off the Apothicon stuff completely? And obviously, if you don't know from the Revelations Easter egg ending, Dr. Monty creates his new, fresh world with nothing inside of it. So, within Dr. Monty's new world, at the end of Revelations, there are obviously no Apothicons there. So you could say that maybe Black Ops 4 if it's run by Jimmy Zielinski, if he comes back to fill the role of the Zombies lead director that Jason Blundell actually just left to do his other job, maybe Jimmy Zielinski will take that New World storyline, Dr. Manji's new empty world with nothing in it, and he could basically just say, okay, no more Apothicon stuff, none of this crazy stuff here. We're going to go back to a bit more of a simpler time, a bit more of a simpler storyline, but again, still intriguing and still intense. And I would guess to stop the cycle and to stop everything from happening again, maybe we don't actually see the Apothicons, but within the next Black Ops 4 storyline, you know, Jimmy Zielinski says, okay, our main villain basically is Dr. Monty, and however long it takes, we have to really get rid of Dr. Monty before Dr. Monty puts us back on that cycle again. So that would basically be the premise there, and that, again, is under Jimmy Zielinski, or any other guy for that matter, any other guy that fills the role of Jason Blundell, but takes sort of what Jimmy Zielinski did and puts that into play. So if we have a guy just like Jimmy Zielinski, or similar to Jimmy Zielinski, that makes the storyline a bit more simpler, takes away all the Cthulhu stuff, and uses the Dr. Monty's New Worlds, who his or her advantage, whoever the guy is, whoever the person is, running zombies, that's going to be really interesting. But if Jason Blundell has some more influence on zombies, and he says, no, I'm not in the position anymore, but whoever's in this zombies director position, I want to tell you that you need to continue this Cthulhu, zombies, Apothicon storyline furthermore, and the characters are not yet done defeating Dr. Monty, but also defeating these Apothicons. So within these next couple of maps, within Black Ops 4, however long it takes, I don't know what the whole deal is. Obviously, we're 2 years out. 2 years out. So we have no clue what the specifics are at all. This is just pure speculation. But again, if Jason Blundell says, let's do this with this storyline, I started this with Black Ops 3, I don't want to completely lose what we had, then we're going to see a lot more of the Apothicons, and we're going to see a lot more of the Shadow Man potentially, maybe reoccurring themes coming back, maybe a bit more of the actual Cthulhu boss. Maybe we'll actually fight the Cthulhu boss one day. There could be a bunch of other stuff. I definitely think if Jason Blundell continues it, or at least Jason Blundell says, let's continue it, we'll go a lot more in depth with the actual storyline regarding what he did within Black Ops 3, within Shadows of Evil, and all that insane stuff. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So that's basically that. The other video I talked about more of the gameplay side of things. I think this video I went a lot more on like the storyline implications, because it really does matter, because what we're going to see is going to change the whole game, you know, for Black Ops 4 Zombies, whether it's Jimmy Zielinski or Jason Blundell's influence. Obviously, Jason Blundell, he's no longer the Zombies director, so it, you know, he can't directly do anything. He can't directly continue it, but I definitely do think that Jason Blundell has some sort of power to say, go along the lines of this, you know. If someone like Jimmy Zielinski goes in and says, you know, let's do it a different way, and Jason Blundell just says, okay, I'm just going to step off and you do what you need to do, then it's going to get interesting. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's really interesting. Basically, what I'm saying is, whoever is in charge of zombies, it's gonna be insane to see where the storyline goes. I think the storyline's going to be insane anyway, but the guy in charge of it definitely will, you know, make sure something goes this way or something goes that way. Because again, when Jason Blundell went into charge full for Black Ops 3, we saw a huge shift from what Jimmy Zielinski did back in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. So again, it doesn't really matter. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.